Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Chelsea Harris about Top Gun Maverick, which is going to be available May 27th. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. My pleasure. So happy to be here.
And I'm so happy that we're able to chat about Top Gun Maverick, which is finally coming out, which is crazy. I feel like I've heard about it's one of those things where I remember like it was announced that they were going to make it, right? And now it's finally out. Like, is it starting to hit you a little bit? This is a long time coming.
Oh, I mean, I have been there have been so many like rev ups to get going, and then things got pushed a number of times. And so, I mean, just as excited as all of the fans and audience is going to feel for this movie. I mean, like, imagine that tenfold for the people that were actually a part of it.
It's crazy because this is the type of movie, like, this is like the popcorn worthy go to the theater movie. You know what I mean by that, right? Yes. Like, there's not much more to say, right?
It's like, it's not one that you can watch at home. That's why it has to come out in theaters, because you have to see this kind of action on the screen with your popcorn and your Coca-Cola or diet, whatever you drink. Yeah. And
but I feel like growing up, like, Top Gun was always that movie where it was like the definition of one of those movies that you had to like go see at the theaters and everything. So what's that kind of like? I mean, the whole point of being a storyteller is to kind of escape and provide escapes for the audience and be part of these kind of big worlds and everything. Is it really cool to be part of a world of Top Gun that a lot of people are familiar with and everything? Like, what's that like for you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, exactly like what you said. Our job as a creative, and for doing our job well, it's to suspend reality for you all so that you can have this beautiful adventure for the 2.5 hours that you're sitting in that theater seat. And so to be a part of the world, one, is an honor. Yeah. And two, to be on the sets is a whole other world, because there's the grandness that you will see on screen. It was very much the feeling when you were actually on set, because we're able to like film on real military bases. Wow. With these incredible actors, with Tom flying his airplane in to set, because that, he doesn't drive. No, he's going to either ride his motorcycle or fly it. It's surreal. It really is.
I want you to tell me a little bit about your character, but I want you to tell me a little bit without telling us a lot. Like, what can you tell us? Because is it hard to do these interviews where you don't want to spoil a lot of things? Like, I feel like that is like on its own a challenge.
It can be. Yes. Well, my character, for one, I have to explain this to a lot of folks so they don't know what a flag aide is in the military. A flag aide means that you're basically, it's like you're the right-hand person to whoever the top official is in that area of the military. And so I am flag aide to John Hamm. Okay. And so I am the person who is doing all of his work in terms of helping to actually, how can I say this without saying it? Test. New recruits,
absolutely. Though that's perfect. You know, one of my favorite things about storytelling is lately, Chelsea?
What is it?
Genre bending. Ooh. And you have worked on one of the most genre bending shows out there called Snowpiercer.
I'm here in Canada filming season 4 right now.
But it's like, I feel like a show like that excites me because you watch it and you don't know what it is genre-wise sometimes.
I love that you're talking about this, because so many people, like, nobody has really brought this up in interviews. But yeah, it's a total genre bending show, and it is something where it's like you laugh. Yeah. But it's super dark.
Then you get kind of freaked out. Then you're kind of like, oh, it has some heartfelt moments. It's like we don't know what it is at times, and I love that.
Me too, because then it's like it keeps you guessing.
And I feel like that show is like, imagine we're on like Family Feud or something, and it's like genre. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we're gonna do like a Family Feud now, like, and we're gonna say most popular answers on the board. You know, genre bending shows. Boop,
Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer. Got it.
No, but it's we're joking, but it's probably that's the one that comes to mind. Westworld is another one. Like these shows
Right.
that kind of just throw in so many things. You know what I mean? There's one on HBO Max now, in my opinion, The Flight Attendant, which I think with Kaylee Cuoco is that genre bending.
100%. I was trying to tell somebody about it the other day because I'm trying to finish season 1 so I can start season 2, and I'm like, I don't know how to talk about this show. It's good. Just watch it.
Is it challenging for you to? I mean, your character on Snowpiercer kind of has it's clear cut in terms of what's going on and everything. But is it a cool thing to work? Like, is it challenging to work on a genre bending show like Snowpiercer, or not really?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just said it's clear cut. Or is it?
Or is it
We will
exactly?
find out.
Well, why do you think I said that? I want to get. I know. I'm just saying.
You're trying to draw information out of me. I can't tell you. It's difficult and fun in the sense that like you have to find the moments of levity and like where is this supposed to be a moment where it's like, oh, this is kind of a fun kitschy thing for the audience versus where is the depth, and being able to sometimes even play that all in the same scene.
Yeah. No, absolutely. You know what else I like to do, Chelsea?
What else?
I like to laugh.
Me too.
And you worked on a sitcom, which makes me laugh.
Yes.
And The Neighborhood. And I've interviewed Marcel Spears before. And
I love him. Yes.
I love that show. That's like a show that literally has like, you watch a show casually, you're just like, that's funny, right? That one has literally like moments.
Yeah. I agree. Thank you.
Yes. I mean,
Yeah.
we're just talking about 3 powerhouse projects that you're on. I mean, it's pretty crazy, right? But we're doing an interview. We're talking about Top Gun Maverick, Snowpiercer, and The Neighborhood. It's pretty wild.
I feel so lucky. And they're like completely different genres. Like, wow.
Were you hoping that was something that was gonna happen, like different projects, or did it just kind of happen?
You know, it just kind of happened, but it is one of those things. I'll tell you this. It's one of those things where oftentimes in the back of heads for myself as an actor and some friends that I know where, actors can kind of like get stuck in a specific genre.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether it be one that they want or whether it just be like, well, this is just where doors have been opening.
Yep.
And I can't tell you like how thankful and fortunate I feel that it's like, here we are over here, action, big action film. Here we are, sci-fi action.
Here we are. We don't know what it is.
this.
Yeah.
And then this over here, this multicam sitcom.
Yeah.
That's
3 like completely. It's pretty crazy the way like so different.
I mean, it's something I've always wanted.
Yep.
Right? Like I love novelty. I love being able to stretch myself in these different directions because they all also require something totally different.
Oh, absolutely.
As a creator.
Absolutely. Getting back to Top Gun Maverick, what was it kind of like just seeing like all the stunts and all the aircraft? Like I'm just saying, like, what was that like just soaking it in?
It like I said, there's this surreal aspect to it because you see it for one thing on screen, and then you actually see it in person.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like, whoa. And so I don't fly, but I didn't get to fly. However, for my co-stars, the entire like flight training that they had to go through was mind-boggling. They actually had to do like a lot of the real training that that these pilots go through, and it was a lot for for some of them. It was like pretty scary for some of them. Exhilarating, yes, of course, but that was real. And then they're flying. They were up in the air. All of that is absolutely real, and so I really do feel like this film is such a feat in filmmaking as well.
This one's a little bit different because like we talked about before, like we've been waiting for this for a while. I feel like I've known about this film for like almost 5 years, I feel like, and it's finally coming out. But Are you okay? So let's look at like the last year or so, right? Like it gets the new release date of May 27th, right? Are you
Mhm.
starting to get used to kind of the new way of how things get out there in the world? Like I feel like there's a whole kind of like calendar or like steps of how like a project gets released. There's like the release date, then they announce like so and so has joined the cast. Then
Oh, yeah.
there's like first look photos, not even a trailer, not even a teaser. First
Just
look
photos.
photos. Then it's
Yep.
the trailer, and then it's
Yep.
press. It's like a whole buildup.
It is. You're figuring out the formula, are you?
Well, pretty much. Like, but are you start? It was not like that. I talked to a lot of people about this. It was not like that. Like like years ago, it was not.
See, and that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't necessarily know how that stuff was years ago,
Yeah.
but everything that you just explained is exactly what I am seeing. So that's like my only reality.
I
for
remember
how
when things are like announced and I'm like doing interviews, like it was the craziest thing. Like there's, Miles Teller's show, The Offer on Paramount Plus. I remember like that was announced. Like they're making a show on Paramount Plus about The Godfather, The Offer. It was announced, and I'm like, snap my fingers, and I'm doing interviews with the press junket. It's like it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like
Yes, I
announcements of
do.
projects are a big deal. For you, it's just like cool, we're going to work. But it's
Yeah,
like
basically, it's just like, well, this is just my everyday, and I show up when you need me.
and now like you going to work is like a big news story that kind of starts this whole vehicle of promotion, if you think about it.
Yeah, that's such an interesting point of view. I hadn't looked at it that way.
We all
And
crave the announcements. We crave the
me
like
too.
yeah.
I check deadline. I'm like scrolling through my phone all day long on deadline, like what's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm just as excited about things.
But there's waves and it gets you excited. And again, Top Gun Maverick, big wave, long wave.
Big,
Um,
big wave. And just wait till the actual film comes out too. I think that wave is only like going to continue.
there was a premiere too, which looked crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Well, there are going to be many.
Yeah.
So San Diego premiere just happened. The Cannes Film Festival is about to happen. London. I mean, Mexico City, they just did as well.
So is this so it taken a long time for it to come out, right? Like you're prepared now, right, for what's to come. You've had the time to kind of soak it all in, right? Like you're taking a deep breath, but you can prepare a little bit, right? Like you're ready.
Oh yeah, definitely prepared now, because it's like it's the mental preparation happened a very long time ago.
Yep.
I mean, it's been at least 2 years.
Yeah. I talked
Yeah.
to it's funny, I did talk to Kara Wang about it as well. Same thing. We were just like, I feel like the one thing I will ask you before we wrap this interview too is I feel like there's always pressure for everyone involved, especially the creators and the writers and directors, because they're putting this is basically a continuation of characters and a world that we're familiar with. And I feel like naturally, you look at like the Ghostbusters movies that come on and everything, naturally there's like this pressure, like, oh no, is it going to be as good as the original? What are they going to do and everything? And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I want to go see Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that? Like,
do.
it's going to have, some of the characters we're familiar with and everything, but I want to see a new movie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I don't want any of this, oh, it didn't feel like the original. Like it's Top Gun Maverick. Do you agree with that statement?
I agree with that statement. And, and something that the writers have said so many times is that they yes, you're getting Maverick back,
Yeah.
but there's going to be this film really does feel like a celebration. It feels like an honoring.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and it pushes the limits of things that weren't even available to do with filmmaking before.
Yep.
In terms of having the cameras actually in the aircraft, having the actors be the ones to basically like be their own camera person, do their own makeup, everything, film while they're up in the air, and having them watch the footage back down on the ground. Like that wasn't available before.
Yeah.
And so you're going to see a brand new movie that I think is going to still touch your heart in the same way. Still going to move you in the same way. It's going to have even more action.
In theaters, May 27th. Go see it in theaters. It's going to be crazy. Chelsea, this was a blast. Thank you so much for coming on Popternative.
My pleasure. This was so much fun. We got to do it again.
Absolutely. So yeah, they're going to be able to see it May 27th. And we're going to be able to follow you on social media to keep update with everything. Instagram's probably the best way.
Instagram's definitely the best one for me. I am a Ms. Chelsea Harris, MS Chelsea Harris. Come say hi.
Amazing. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Till next time, it's Chelsea Harris and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.